Hey everyone, Brian from All Day Ruckoff here, and today we're doing a review on the GORUCK Echo. I've actually owned the GORUCK Echo since 2016, but never put the time together to make a review of the pack. It's not my favorite GORUCK pack. It's probably one of the packs I grabbed the least, and so I just never felt like it was time to make the review. Now that GORUCK has discontinued the Echo, why not make the review? As I mentioned, GORUCK is discontinuing the Echo. This pack has been around for a long time. During the last price increase, it jumped up to $295. They've got $100 off of it right now, so it's down to $195 for the remaining stock. In the past, GORUCK has discontinued packs and brought them back, so I wouldn't bet my life on the Echo being gone forever, but I definitely think it's gone for the next couple of years. All that out of the way, let's get into the pack. The GORUCK Echo, made in the USA by GORUCK, out of a 1000D Cordura. It's a 16-liter pack, so it is a little bit smaller than the GR1, but it's also larger than the bullets. We've got the 3" by 2" patch area on the top right here. We've got the slant pocket that GORUCK packs are known for. This thing goes all the way to the bottom of the bag. We've got 2 rows of webbing, 6 columns. So if you want, you can attach an outside pouch or pocket on here. One of the things I really like about GORUCK packs is how sleek they look. So adding a pouch gives it bulk. So I don't usually do that. I know there are a lot of people who do. Totally fine. Just not something that I generally do. Bottom of the pack, 1000D Cordura, nothing else going on there. Side of the pack, most GORUCK bags traditionally have webbing that runs on the side as well. It's usually 2 columns and then however many rows are on the front. The Echo does not. Scars customization can probably add some after you've bought the bag, but by default, there's no webbing on the side of the pack, which means you can't attach a side pocket or a hip belt, any of that stuff. Moving over to the back of the pack, we've got the 2 shoulder straps, the webbing that runs down them, great for attaching a sternum strap, an ITW Grimlock to hold your hydration bladder hose. I've also seen people put carabiners on there, attach small little LED flashlights. You can put pretty much whatever you want in them, but just know that it's going to be bouncing off your chest while you're out there rucking, walking, just using the bag. Right behind the shoulder straps, we've got the laptop area. Access through this zipper. And you might have noticed that I just bent the back of this over. The GR1, the GR2, both have frame sheets in them. The Echo does not. There's no spot to put a frame sheet. You could put one in the laptop compartment, but there isn't a dedicated frame sheet pouch, and there certainly isn't a frame sheet that comes with the pack. Giant laptop area for the size of the bag. I use a 14" laptop right here. No problem fitting it in. This thing takes 13" laptops, 14" laptops, and skinny 15" laptops. So I know there are people who can fit a MacBook Pro in here. I know there are people who can fit those skinny, fancy new laptops. You might have issues with your 15" laptop if it's a battle station, 1.5" thick, 2 inches thick, one of those giant laptops. You might have issues getting it in here, but the skinnier ones don't have that same problem. Flipping the straps back around, worth looking at the padding. If you're familiar with GORUCK packs, you know that the straps have a ton of padding in them. These are no different than the traditional GR1 straps, the stuff that GORUCK's known for, these heavily padded straps, so it's great for their events and great for carrying heavier stuff or even just whatever you might carry every day. It makes the backpack experience a bit more comfortable. Speaking of events with this bag, I have not used this for events, but I have lots of friends who do. You'll see them out there at GORUCK events. So if you don't have to carry much more than 16 liters worth of gear, then this might be a great option for you. Personally, being 6'2", I'm not able to fit all of my stuff in here, so I haven't even bothered to try and use this for an event. Looking at the top of the bag, we've got a slightly padded grab handle, and we've got a hydration exit hole right here, so you can run the hydration hose out the top of the bag, attach it on a Grimlock, on something else so that the hose doesn't flop around. But it's got the access point for that, so you can definitely use this for rucking, for hiking. I think we've gotten through everything on the outside of the bag. So let's get this thing opened. In traditional GORUCK fashion, this is a clamshell opening bag. One of my favorite ways to open a pack. You can have stuff at the top, you can have stuff at the bottom. As long as you can set the bag down somewhere, you can get to pretty much everything in this bag without having to pull stuff out. So if you've got a camera on the bottom, you've got a sweatshirt on top, you've got cords on top of that, you don't only have access to the top part of the bag, which is traditionally what you have with bags that don't open in this clamshell fashion. You can set this thing down, throw it open, and get access to whatever you need on the bottom. It makes the bags feel a lot more functional, and it feels like you can fit more in them and get access to it quicker than you can with traditional bags. Looking at the inside of the pack, we've got webbing, 2 rows of it, 6 columns, just like on the outside. You can attach an admin pocket in there. You can attach a field pocket. A lot of gear is compatible with that webbing. So you just have to go on Amazon, GORUCK. There's a lot of websites that sell stuff that will fit in there. So a lot of options, which is nice for an added level of customization in here. We've got the document folder pocket right here. Put some magazines in there. On the bigger bags, I'll use this for a second laptop. That's usually about it. For the Echo, I've never tried this, but I've heard of people doing this. They've put a frame sheet in the laptop compartment and then put their laptop in here. I'm not sure how well that would work or not, but it's an idea. The other side of the pack, we've got mesh pocket on the bottom, and we've got the 1000D Cordura pocket on top. We also have the GORUCK Echo Made in the USA logo right here. The top pocket, personally for me, great for a protein bar or two, field notes notebook, and a pen. If I'm putting a wallet in here, I'll usually put that in the mesh pocket, put it further down. If someone's gonna be coming by and you've got your pack down and they're gonna steal something out of your pack, they're most likely than not gonna go through for the top pocket than the bottom mesh pocket. So I feel like my wallet's a little bit safer down there. Honestly, if someone's coming by and they're able to get into your backpack, they're probably just gonna take your backpack. So one of those things that makes you feel a little more comfortable, but probably doesn't matter. Besides that, I usually keep cords down here, stuff to charge whatever devices I've got. Because of that clamshell opening, I mean, you can just throw this thing open, you can get access to whatever cords, whatever you've got in here that you need to get access to. One thing that I've seen that's been pretty cool, there's that hydration exit port on top. If you're not using this for hiking, for rucking, let's say you're at an airport, you can have a battery charger within your pack. You can run the USB out the top, charge your phone, and you don't have to have extra gear out there. You don't have to have your battery out as well. Pay attention to where that is. Make sure you've got everything together when you're getting on the plane. Just drop the cord back in, fix it up when you've got time, and then you've got a charged phone. Now let's get into using this pack. This is a 16-liter pack, which means it's kind of small, at least for me, being 6'2". 21 liters is usually the lowest I go, maybe 20 liters, and then 26 to 32 is the higher end on that. You can see I'm putting on the pack here. And there's a lot of room between where my waistline is and where the bottom of the pack rides. Going over the back, you can see again, there's a lot of room there. It looks small on my back. I'm a tall person, and that's just what happens when you have one of these shorter, boxier packs on people like me. That's totally fine, but it's not usually the look I'm going for. If I'm going to be grabbing a pack that's in that 15, 16 liter range, and for all intents and purposes, this is essentially a 15 liter pack with a 1 liter laptop area, I'll usually grab something like the Bullet 15 up there. Get this thing zipped up. Grab that Bullet 15 off the wall. You can see that the Bullet 15 is taller and skinnier, and a taller, skinnier pack looks better on me than a shorter, wider pack, just because of my height and the way I'm built. If I'm going to be grabbing a pack at this size, I'll grab the Bullet 15 before I'll grab the Echo. That being said, if you're shorter than me or you've got a shorter torso, then the Echo might be perfect for you. Before doing this review, I skimmed through the reviews that were left on the GORUCK website for this. Tons and tons of 5-star reviews. The majority of the negative reviews all were around the size. This thing is retailed at $295, and for $295, you're probably thinking you're getting a decent sized backpack. Something more along the lines of the GR1. Looking back at how this thing fits, you can tell it's a smaller backpack. And so personally, I know that 16 liters is about what you can fit in there. GORUCK's got a great product shot of 3 bottles of wine. But if you're not used to that kind of a volume sizing, you might not know what you're getting yourself into. So you buy the Echo thinking it's a bigger pack, and you're a little disappointed because of its size. Knowing the size going in when you buy this, critical. So hopefully that video helped you out there. You don't want to be disappointed when this shows up. And as long as your expectations are set on size, then I don't think you'll be disappointed. Other reviews I saw on there, I did see people leaving 5-star reviews who were 6 feet tall. They've got a shorter torso and the bag rode a little bit above their waist, and they were really happy with it. Taller people can use the Echo. I can use the Echo, but it's not as comfortable on me as some of the other packs, so I choose not to. But I don't want that to discourage you if you are a slightly taller person and you're thinking about grabbing this pack. One of the nice things about GORUCK is they've got a decent return policy where they'll pay the return shipping. Shipping to you is free, so if you think the Echo is right for you, you can grab it, try it on, and if it doesn't work well, you can always return it. Please don't abuse that return policy because I want them to keep it in place. It's kind of nice. In terms of quality, I mean, this thing's sewn up really nice. It's typical GORUCK quality. This pack is from 2016, and although I haven't used it a ton, my wife has used it a bit. She's 5'3" or so, and it fits a lot better on her. It looks like a normal sized backpack on her when on me it's a little bit small. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this review, the GORUCK Echo is being discontinued. It's on sale for $100 off, so it's a decent deal relative to the initial price. At the moment, there's just over 300 left in stock as of recording this video. There might be less when you're watching this now, and if you're really far in the future, they might be completely gone. If you want to buy this pack, you should look at the dimensions and possibly even put 2 pieces of paper together, draw them out, and then hold it up to your back and see how it's going to look. It's a deceptively small pack, but at the same time, it can fit more than you expect. What I mean by that is the way it's shaped looks small on my back, but I can fit more in there than I initially thought I could. And I think a lot of people are finding that out based on the pictures I've seen and the amount of gear people are able to fit into one of these Echoes. If you know how big this pack is and it's the right size for you, then I don't think you'll be disappointed picking it up. I think it's sewn great, sewn in the USA, made with solid materials, solid construction, and like the rest of the GORUCK packs, I think it's going to last a really long time. I still have my first GR1 from 2011. That thing's been through a ton of events. It's still kicking. And although I've retired it from events, I'm pretty sure it's going to last forever. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the GORUCK Echo, please leave a comment. More than happy to answer them. If you got anything out of this video, I would truly appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. Love the support. Speaking of support, huge thank you to everyone who's a patron on Patreon. I truly appreciate you all for supporting me that way. It means a lot. Finally, if you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. Tons of GORUCK content, rucking content, gear reviews, all of that out there, a lot more on the way. And as always, don't forget, attitude is everything. Keep yours positive and drink hard, ruck harder.